Two-man game, TMG, get the news fast, AMG, game of two boxes. Name two boxers that hit as hard as this. Yeah, we're cutting to the truth, no, there ain't no narrative. Eyes up on the cup this year, hear the stadium erupt this year. For my team, TMG.
Welcome to the Two-Man Game Podcast, episode 45.
TMG.
Let's get it. Legendary 45s.
What time to be alive, 45s?
Yeah, Jordan wore 45.
Oh yeah, Jordan when he came back from baseball.
Came back from baseball.
The counterfeit version.
And we got someone out of retirement now.
We did.
He got someone out of retirement. He retired before he started.
Without all the stops.
Put out all the stuff. Steven.
Steve.
In the flesh, it's a pleasure to be here, lads.
It's good to have you on, you know. We're going to talk some football, we're going to talk some basketball today. Hope you're ready.
I'm ready, man.
You got hot takes for us?
100%, man.
Let's go. Let's ease you in with some quick questions before we move in. Ronaldo or Messi?
Messi.
LeBron or Jordan?
The thing is, yeah, I'm inclined to say Jordan, but I think the easy answer to say is Jordan, but I'm just gonna say LeBron because I've watched him.
You're a LeBron guy. This is LeBron generation.
I will watch Jordan. Like, it's like me saying Pele. You know what I mean? Like, Jordan was just past our time.
It's like you saying Pele. I believe that.
Yeah, man,
it's like Pele. You saying Pele, yeah.
But you guys have watched him. I've watched him enough to say Pele.
Okay, you watched him live.
Hmm?
You watched him live.
I watched full replays of the games.
Okay.
Enough.
Anyway, back to this question. Prime City or Prime Liverpool?
Prime Liverpool. What, Prime Liverpool? That small Prime they had?
That one season, 17-18.
I can't lie, City, mate.
City, okay.
It's kind of 2 seasons. They won the Champions League the season before.
Before.
And then Premier League the season after. I'll give them 2 seasons for that.
You give them 2 seasons?
You won the Champions League. I'm
Oh yeah, the season before, they only lost the league by 1 point as well. Pepper Klopp.
I would just say Pep just because of his accolades.
Today's Fu or AJ?
I'm gonna go with my job boy.
The Niger boy. Zion or Luka?
Ooh, Zion Luka. I can't lie, I like the way Luka plays still. I'm going Luka still.
Football, basketball, or boxing? What's the first love?
It's definitely football.
Football's everyone's first love.
Football. Soccer.
It's everyone's first love. But we're not going to start with that today.
No.
Because big week in NBA, you know what it is? The pinnacle.
Big bucks, baby.
The pinnacle of this season.
Adeta Kumbo.
Adetukumbo, the Nigerian man. He came through, man.
The Greek
Came
freak.
through.
That boy crazy.
The Bucks 3-2 up. What is your takeaway from the last week?
My takeaway from the last week. It's a very good question. But the Bucks, especially and they're embodied by their main man, they're just hustlers. They have a short memory. They take the highs with the lows, and they don't get too high, get too low. And when for example, when Giannis misses a free throw, doesn't care. He's back on it. He's back, dusts himself down, back on
Short
it.
memory, man.
And a short memory, and allows him to do what he needs to do on the court. And finally, Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton, they've come to play, and they come here to supplement Giannis's consistency. And you'll see what the Bucks are doing. I mean, Drew's defense on whoever is on what's his name, CB3 or Devin Booker, it doesn't matter. He's suffocating those boys. Chris Middleton making big shots in the end, or timely shots whenever, and then Giannis, he's doing everything apart from even hitting free throws. Even though it's been a bit better than usual, but
Yeah, what's that? 7, was it 12 or 17?
13 and 17.
13.
Yeah, I think game
3. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a really good free throw shooting display. But also as well, they're getting the major plays in the game. Like they've had a few plays that are going to be remembered in NBA annals. Like you got the block, I think.
You got the block, you got the strip, and you got the alley.
Even had the block before, I believe game 1 or 2.
Yeah, he had a couple blocks.
Giannis has been immense, man. How about you, Steven? What you take away?
For me, I can't lie. Like, I just think Giannis he's a proper athlete, innit? Like, he takes on the criticism and doesn't complain. Just does what he has to do. And I think he had a lot of critics in his ear saying that he can't do this, he can't shoot, he should leave Bucks. And now, mate, like this time tomorrow,
Whoa.
you know what I mean? He can have a ring, like, you know what I mean? So.
You know, this is probably the best thing to happen to the NBA if he wins a ring, because it kind of will stop like super teams teaming up and encourage more people to stay together and do it in your hometown. Because Giannis gonna get a lot of credit for this ring.
I don't think that one they will do that.
It's a good thing for the NBA.
It could be. I think if he goes, for example, were to go back to back or win 2 or 3 years, then yeah. But I think because there's been a lot of injuries, I think people are also going to look at that like, oh, this guy fell down, this guy went down, blah blah blah, and so people will still like lean to move to and team up with other guys in order to increase their chances of winning.
But when is there not injuries? Like when has an NBA title not been decided by an injury there, or
It's
whatever?
a crazy amount of injuries throughout the playoffs. Crazy. Maybe not the number, but the people are getting injured. You know what I mean? All the stars like KD, Harden, Kyrie, LeBron, obviously bad injury. AD, you had Kawhi. Kawhi plays. I don't think the Suns get past them. I won't count Trey too much. I still think the Bucks are beating them. And then who else?
Even Giannis got injured in that season.
Jamal Murray was missing. Even though I still think the Suns would have beaten what's it called? The Nuggets. But Michael Porter Jr. was a bit nicked up. But I still think people will still gonna stay the course of trying to team up. Like, for example, when we touch on Lillard, I think Lillard is looking to leave to go to team up with other players.
I can see where you're coming from, but injuries happen every year, and if you stay the course, you make a big trade like the acquisition of Drew Holiday. It's worth it. It's the same as the Kawhi thing, that Kawhi trade for Toronto. It's worth it. You make the big outlay because maybe the rewards will come. Innit? It's a risk and rewards in this league, innit? And they did the risk for Giannis, and it's coming off. Now they're saying he can be a Pantheon great. He can be.
Boy, I mean, his trajectory is looking. If he wins this one, his trajectory is looking real good. I can't even lie. I mean, the stats are all in his favour.
So, from watching Game 5, what do you remember? What was it that stood out for you in that game? What was the key moment? When did you know that the Suns were gonna lose?
The key moment of Game 5 will be the easy answer will be the strip, which is true. And I think I might go with that actually. The strip. That's when the game was completely over for me.
Was that Drew Holiday strip Game 5?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was a serious one.
The strip. I mean, he took a chance because he could have, over the foul limit. So if he fouled him, he go straight to the line, and Devin Booker, it's money at the line. But he read the play. I think Devin Booker looked to do a turnaround fadeaway, turn right into Drew's arms. Drew stripped him, and that led up to the alley-oop. And then Chris Paul obviously fouled him. Even though Giannis is pulled from the line.
You shouldn't have fouled him because it would have just been a 3-point game. He still.
Well,
just got free.
if they got a rebound, they do a little bit of 3-point game as well.
But you never know. When the ball drops, it can go anywhere.
I know. I can see why he tried to foul him. I mean, but he also ticked too late, and Giannis was able to, obviously finish through the contact. That's one thing he's really, really good at. One of the best in the league at then. Guys like him and LeBron finishing through the contact, and he obviously done that. The rebound from the free throw, he tapped it back to Chris Middleton, took a chance, but now it looks like a all-time, great, not all-time, but it looks like a very wise play to do. Because obviously, if you know your weaknesses, you want to shy away from your weaknesses or, minimize people exposing weaknesses. So he knows it's a poor free throw shot, as he just shown by missing that free throw, and he tapped it to arguably their best free throw shot.
It was awful. Like I even heard Chris Paul said that even he knows he's gonna miss. Like it's hard to rebound when you know, like it's coming in anyway. Like normally when people miss, it's falling there to win. That rebound was like straight back at Giannis. He missed it so bad, came straight back at him. But I think the game was lost earlier. I think it was in the second quarter when the Bucks made that run with Giannis on the bench.
Oh yeah, true.
That was a big one. But yeah, I think Steven even said before the pod, you were talking about when Drew Holiday stripped Booker before that.
Yeah, there was a time when Booker was doing too much by the halfway line. He was just dribbling, then Drew Holiday just stripped it. And just banged 1-3, mate. He drained that shot.
when he was making shots like that, 'cause I was like, Drew Holiday's been awful, fam. He's not been shooting well this talk. And when he hit that, I was like, oh wow, these guys have got confidence.
That's one of those shots that you just have to hit.
His offense caught with his defense.
It's been tough.
Put a lot of mileage and effort on the defensive end. It's taken away from the offense. Now his offense finally caught up. And when you get that play, I mean, I have to give the Bucks credit for making that trade of Bledsoe because he's not just twice. He looks like 5 times the player Bledsoe has been.
He just adds more. He just
adds way more. I mean, and I think Bledsoe is supposed to be a good perimeter defender. Drew Holiday, he's seen so much better. Drew Holiday's not a great shooter, but it's better than Bledsoe. He gets more points, makes better plays, doesn't turn over the ball. I mean, yeah, Drew Holiday's...
It's funny because even with Drew Holiday and Giannis, it's Middleton as well. You see a lot of NBA cats are discrediting Giannis, using Middleton as like, oh, Middleton should be MVP to get some votes. I'm like, Middleton doesn't add what Giannis adds. I think Americans have this thing where they want to discredit non-Americans.
I mean, it leads me to another question I was asked. Why is Giannis out of all the superstars so disrespected?
Because he has no bag.
True.
He's a hustler. He's a hustler.
He's in America built on the foundation of being a hustler.
Yeah, man. Hey, if he was an American-born hustler, that man would be like, oh yeah, that's the grit, and that's the grit.
Straight from the streets of Compton.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, man, that's how they play out there.
Queens,
yeah,
NYC.
man, it's grimy, but because he's overseas, they're like, this guy, they're like, oh, he's got no bag, we don't know how he's dominating them.
Yeah.
They're having a discussion yesterday about like, oh, what's a hooper and what's a basketball player? I was like, what does that mean? They're both the same thing. What's the difference between a hooper and a basketball player?
For me, probably they mean Hooper's like a street baller and basketball players like a guy that a proper basketball player does all the skills and knows how to make the right plays and stuff. Knows how to do he knows the intricacies of the game.
At the end of the day, if you win, you win. You're a hooper, you're a basketball player, regardless of what it is. You just want to make up new time to discredit someone. That's fine.
Just keep moving the goalposts.
Yeah, they always do that.
I guess like when you're watching Giannis, it's not as appealing to the eye. But obviously, a lot of the superstars, they have like a good shot, and obviously, like, I'm not heavily NBA inclined, like, but even from watching it, the best thing to see aesthetically is a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? So if you think about all the greats like LeBron, Jordan, all these guys, Durant, they all have a good shot. Like whether it's mid range, whether it's from 3-point, perimeter, like they all have some sort of bag where they're they're shooting and they're draining shots. Whereas Giannis, like when he's shooting, it just doesn't. Even when he scores, because the thing is, he's not actually that bad.
It's not bad.
He's not as bad as people make it seem. But when he shoots, he just looks very awkward. But everything else, he does really, really well. That's what's funny. Like very, very well. And he's even like underrated.
I think it's underrated how good he is. He's a 2-time MVP. He's soon to be a Finals MVP. The only reason why they hate Giannis is because they can't recreate what Giannis does. That's the only reason I think because people think, oh yeah, I can do a step back like KD. I can come off the dribble and do that. So they're like, oh yeah, I love what KD does. He does it to a higher level. When Giannis is running around and dunking, like not everyone can do that. And they're like, whoa, he's just good because God has given him these gifts. But if that was true, every 7-footer could do the same thing.
Hey, Giannis put like 40 to 60 pounds of muscle.
I mean, it's determination, bro. You got to respect Giannis for what he is.
I mean, the hard work, the hard graft he's put in to build up his body, to learn the game, because he didn't really have a handle when he came in. He wasn't able to pass like he passes now. I mean, he's a very good passer, good handle, great rebounder, great defender. I mean, he puts in so much effort into the game. But yeah, it goes on to a wider debate. I mean, people are falling into love with aesthetics too much and things that look nice. I mean, do you want to win or do you want to look nice? That's the thing. I mean, at the end of the day, the most important thing should be winning. I mean,
they want to look nice when they're winning. That's what people say.
I mean, that's the ideal thing, yeah, but that can't always be accomplished. Do you want to look nice or do you want to win? And Giannis, at this point in time, he's playing winning basketball. I mean, because we were talking about his trajectory just a few moments ago. I mean, if you look at him compared to other guys like LeBron, but at the age of 26, they both had 2 MVPs. LeBron had 7 NBAs, all NBAs and 7 All-Stars. Giannis is 5. Giannis is 4-time All-Defense. LeBron was 3-time All-Defense. But Giannis, if he wins, would have won a championship the year before LeBron with a Finals MVP.
What is it? It's 8 seasons.
I believe for Giannis, it's 8 seasons. Yeah, but both 8 seasons didn't into their grade because they both came into the league around the age of 18.
So yeah, hey man, give Giannis all the credit he deserves, man. Give him all the credit. Give him all what he's done to overcome. He beat a Nets team. He's beaten Miami that beat them last year. He beat Atlanta, young up and comers. He's beaten everyone he had to. Innit? That's what you have to say to Giannis. Next year, he'll have the confidence to believe he can do it again. Confidence is a dangerous weapon, man. 100%. It's a dangerous weapon. I think the Nets should be scared next year, man. They're gonna have to get some guys. They have no one to guard him.
Blake done right when he played.
But Blake is a free agent.
True. I mean, Yeah, it's true. I mean, Giannis gets that confidence, you know, because when they get one, people like him, LeBron, Jordan, because even Jordan as well, before the 27th birthday as well, he measures up favourably.
I think Jordan 1 is at what, 29? First one at 29.
28.
28.
I mean, yeah, Jordan has 6 All-Stars, 1 MVP. Giannis has 5 All-Stars, 2 MVPs. I would have a 1 title, 1 MVP. One Finals MVP before those guys. I mean, so like I can't be saying for the last year or two, you know, road to top 10 all time. Can you go that step further?
Fam, you're so lucky that your prediction has come from
Wait,
because
Giannis top 10 all time.
yeah,
I've been saying road to top 10 all time.
he said top 10 all the time. But you know what? Last year you're looking so funny in the light, fam.
I was cool
You were
last year.
looking so funny in the light. I remember when you said that. Guys are looking at you bare funny. It's so your prophecy came through this year.
I was cool.
Maybe a year late. You're a year too early, man.
No, I said no. So we're starting the road to top 10 all time. I mean, whether it starts now or finishes or comes strong in the last 3 years of career, who knows? But the way I saw it, I mean, especially this title will be valuable because not all titles are equal. Because if you win, obviously there's injuries, but on the other side of it, he's not with a super team.
Decent. That's why it weighs more.
He weighs more. I mean,
Even think about KD couldn't do it.
Yeah,
KD couldn't do it
LeBron.
with OKC.
he and LeBron haven't won titles without super teams.
Yeah.
So
LeBron couldn't do it first go around. Think about first go around with the team that you started with, the team you drafted with to win it. Tough. Only guys like Steph, Draymond, and that have done that. So in this modern era, I have to give it to him, man. I have to give it to him.
Like another thing that's underrated about athletes is reliability as well. Like in every sport, like people don't mention like being reliable enough. Like if you're injured all the time, like you know, it's sad. Like it's not something you can stop. But at the end of the day, the top players always reliable. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
that's it. But
Give Giannis all this. That is one thing that Giannis is, but he's a reliable guy, fam. And basically superhuman.
well, yeah, we need happens in your knee. We should be out for basically months and months. And you come back the next week and do this crazy thing. I mean,
It's African blood, man.
yeah, I mean, availability is the base of ability, and hopefully he goes for strength to strength. I mean, to be fair, he's gonna need to develop a respectable jump because his game won't age well. But you
He
know,
just become a center.
you could, but yeah, to be fair, you could try, but you need to learn. You will need to be more adept in the post. And, you know, maybe to,
I think Giannis is not. Do you know when the normal 7-footers, they're built stocky,
yeah,
slow moving, slow lateral quickness? Like comparing to Embiid, Embiid's lateral quickness is not of the same level of Giannis.
yeah.
So Giannis has got a lot of time because Giannis has got a lot of time before he actually declines, and it's like, oh, we have to change it. He can always become a center. He can always do the Embiid stuff. He will never get a reliable shot. His shots got worse. He was a better shooter when he was younger
There's
than
not
he
even
is
that.
now.
There's not even that. No, I think he took less back then, but reliable post moves. Because he's gonna need something like that. Because you won't be able to just
Spin baseline.
You won't be able to spin base, be at the top of the key, build up ahead of the because you wouldn't have the ability. You wouldn't have the physical traits anymore to do that and taking the pound and you're gonna take.
How do you know about LeBron? LeBron can still do that.
Yeah, but LeBron's adapted to this game. He doesn't attack the rim as much as he used to.
That's true.
You're gonna have to change your game up a bit.
When LeBron is at his best, though, he's a freight train to the rim, as they say. But
Yeah, that's his best, but you can't do that as much as he used to, like for the length of time in the game.
That's true. Peak LeBron was
Back,
peak,
that keep
Yeah,
LeBron did that all game long.
LeBron was
All
deep,
game
man.
long. Like it's all
When
series
his
long,
phase-
play 45 minutes plus every game. Cool, easy. Now look at LeBron, his body's breaking down now.
Yeah, see, do you know what's so mad about Giannis winning this title? Yeah, because he's doing it. Yeah, and I still think he still has a lot of room to grow. He's won this title and he still has a
If he
lot
wins
of
this
room to grow.
title.
Well, I'm gonna say he wins,
Yeah, 'cause
but if he doesn't, yeah, I'm gonna have to give Booker and CP3 praise. I'm on to those that compare Booker to Kobe. Awful comparison. Awful.
I mean, even though I think the Bucks will win, hopefully today, or by the end of
Even if he goes 7, they'll win because the Suns would exert too much energy winning today.
But yeah, I mean, what kind of Suns do to win today? What can they do to change it up?
They're gonna have to. They need Booker to not play so ISO basketball because I think the Bucks are like, okay, Booker, get your 40, get your 50. We don't mind as long as anyone else doesn't get off. It's calm.
They need to get Cam Johnson involved.
Stephen A.
That guy's a baller. Just even watching the game before seeing it, I was thinking, this guy, like, when he gets his open shots, he's hitting them. That dunk he had on PJ Tucker, Cam Johnson. Was it Cam? Yeah, Cameron Johnson.
Johnson, yeah.
He's a very good player.
He's old though. He's only 2 years younger than Giannis.
Yeah. But he's a very good player.
Yeah.
Tucker was hitting some shots as well, mate.
Who?
PJ Tucker. I think.
Tucker was good because he's normally a negative on offense. So when he hits shots, it's
I'll see
it's
some
something.
shots.
Attack on the corner and then defense. VJ, rough rider. He's been a good addition for the
Yeah,
Bucks.
he gives the appearance that he's good. I don't think he does that a lot.
He's-
He just runs around and complains. Like
He's a good player.
he got 6 fouls. That's what
He's a
he's
good
good.
player. He's a good player, good defender, reliable from the corner.
6 fouls. He doesn't
Good
even do
experience.
anything when he guards Booker. He just lets Booker get every shot.
Like, against Booker, he's not been that great, but look what he done against KD. He played KD as good as you can play.
KD was averaging over 50% field goal.
No,
It was just bothering him. It didn't mean he wasn't getting points. KD was getting points on him.
That game he held KD to 25%. It was one game he held KD.
Oh, that was a game 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, no one can shoot that game.
I mean, PJ Tucker's a good defender. He's a good, reliable guy. Not as good as maybe some people make out, but I like him. You can play on my team any day.
Whatever, man. You're gonna lose them.
Yeah, PJ Tucker. Just throw him at guys. Just throw him at guys, you know.